what'd she say? Don't want to take out money from their own pocket for the news they want. No wonder they like ABC so much. So she basically tried to blame all Green supporters and all lefties for all of these, hundreds of people losing their jobs. Great stuff, right?
But if the ABC is taxpayer funded, then we are taking money out of our pockets to fund the news.
I don't think
she's thought that through.
Yeah, I don't think she has.
I don't think she thinks a lot of things through.
We've got a question. No. We've got a question from Denise. Interested to know what it's like dealing with property developers at council level in Hornsby.
Yeah, well, look, I'll be honest. I haven't had any real dealings with them at all. We have quite recently had a bit of a stir in Hornsby regarding councillors meeting with developers. I won't go too much into that. We don't really have time, but it's look, it is a concern that obviously the Greens are very conscious of. We take donations. We're totally against getting them from lobby groups or corporations.
You don't take donations
similar
from
sort of
developers.
thing. No, exactly. It's the sort of thing that just. Yeah, it's
What other groups don't you take donations from?
Well, look, we accept donations from individuals, and that's as far as I'm aware it.
Really?
Yeah, and that's just to sort of reduce conflicts of interest and all that, and the big money that tends to be thrown around inside politics.
Did not know that.
I had no idea. Maybe I'm no longer apolitical. Maybe I'm a Green supporter now.
But yeah,
low key, high key.
Similar sort of things. We're very much about transparency and all that. So, I personally wouldn't meet with a property developer in private or anything like that. If anyone were ever to want to meet with me, or I'd hope any of the other councillors. On development matters, I'd hope they'd seek to do it publicly. So organising a meeting within council chambers that's available to all the councillors to attend should they choose. I very much against secret meetings or anything like that, and they have no place in Hornsby or the political process, really.
There you go. We're at the halfway point, well, roughly, and we've got an absolutely important, pressing, the most urgent question ever that we need to answer from Stephen on Twitter. Obvious question, but what is everyone's caffeine of choice, and how many a day? Asking the hard stuff.
That's, gosh, I do obviously drink a lot of coffee to cope with the daily grind.
Yeah.
There's a little pun there. Took me to the halfway point to get one in.
I know, I was surprised.
I was about to say that. We hadn't even told everyone how punny you are.
Yeah, actually, oh my goodness, that really should have been a warning at the start. But,
I know.
That's all right. I'm always a large flat white kind of person. Generally 2 of those a day, maybe 3. So much so that the local coffee shop will see me walk in and ring the order.
That's
pretty
perfect.
nice.
I don't know how often I've gone to a coffee shop and I've ordered my coffee and asked for an extra shot, and they're like, so you mean 3 shots? I'm like, I did ask for an extra shot. Yes, I'm aware. That's all the caffeine I'm having. Thank you.
You do realise that as young people, you're actually feeding into all those memes.
100%. Yeah, but I'm worse than the memes. Like all those latte sipping lefties. I'm a long black with a dash of some variety of dairy-free milk. Thank you very much. No sugar. That's what I drink, and I'll drink way too many a day.
How embarrassing.
Oh, dear.
Actually, young. You are really young. Even to be a counsellor, you are really young. Did you always want to be a politician? I wanted to be a politician when I was in high school. I wanted to be Prime Minister or an air hostess. And I didn't do either.
I wanted to be a photojournalist. Now I post pictures on Instagram. So, made it.
Yeah, but you're not an influencer though, are you?
No, I'm not.
Seriously, Joey, why?
Yeah.
How did you get into this gig?
Well, look, it's funny, really. I never was really particularly politically active. I was starting a media degree down at Macquarie University and looking for a bit of, I guess, extra experience in terms of social media and photography and all that sort of good media stuff. And a friend of mine, when I was volunteering down at the local Vinnie's shop, actually said, look, I go to the local Greens group meetings, a really great bunch. I think you'd fit in there. You'd come along and, maybe you could do some photography work or that sort of thing. And, it was a case of I didn't have too much better on.
So you got sucked in.
I've stuck with them ever since, really.
So, I bet you were one of those guys that sat there at the back and everyone's having a discussion and then you're putting your hand up going, oh, I know, I've got a great idea. You were,
That's
weren't
me
you?
at the moment. Oh, God, yeah. Look, it's been really interesting. Obviously 2016 wasn't that long ago.
No.
But I've certainly, learned a lot and really become immersed in the political scene since then. And that's something I really love about the Greens. We're really grassroots, so it's really easy to actually meet all of the MPs and senators and all that and have a good, casual conversation with them, which, in other parties you might not necessarily get the chance to do.
Okay, this is a total fangirl question, and I know it's going to sound really, really lame. Did you ever meet Senator Scott Ludlam?
Oh, now that's the biggest regret of my life. I actually saw him speak at it was a bowling club, I think, in the inner west, and I desperately wanted to go over afterwards and get a selfie with him, and I got talked out of it. And I missed the opportunity, and then obviously everything happened, and never got that selfie. So Scott, if you happen to be listening, come down to Hornsby. I'd love to get a selfie with you sometime, mate.
I thought he is the biggest tragedy out of all the S44.
100% agree.
Absolutely.
Massive fan. And
we love
particularly with all
Scott.
the Nat Sex stuff that is always carrying on, keeping Australians safe. So we'll take away all your civil liberties in IT. He was the only one who had a clue. Honestly, in the Senate, he was the only one who really had a clue. Actually understood both the national security side and the IT side.
Yeah.
Which we're really, really, really missing at the moment, which is a real shame. Do you reckon there'll be anyone else like him? Because he doesn't sound like he's ever going to come back.
No, sadly, that's sort of the impression I got as well. I mean, I've still got my fingers crossed one day. But yeah, look, I don't know what he's doing at the moment, but I'm sure he's out there still fighting the good fight. And
he's been doing a lot of nuclear non-proliferations. God, I hate that word, proliferation stuff, because I still follow him.
Yeah, right.
I'm still like that, which is kind of funny because I actually don't know a hell of a lot of Greens. I think it's more a personality cult thing, but anyhow,
and his hair.
And his hair.
I remember being very excited when the Twitter account Scott Ludlam's hair followed me back. That was really cool.
Actually, I know for me, I've only ever belonged to one political party, and that was a long time ago, and that was the Democrats. And the biggest reason in particular was that I really like Cheryl Kernot. And then Cheryl Kernot, sorry Cheryl, I love you, got usurped by Natasha Stott-Spy. Okay, that was, I wanted to be her. It was never going to happen, but I really wanted to be her. Is there like a politician or someone that you've sort of looked up to and thought, mate, I'd really like to be you?
Oh, look, there are so many. Look, I mean, obviously I'm a huge Richard Di Natale fan. That
Really?
might just be because we both share a love of Richmond.
No, actually, no.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask a question about that because he's never ever struck me as being a real Green at all. And I know this is just a personal thing, but I've never taken to him.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, he's not everyone's cup of tea for sure. Again, I didn't really have any opinion either way before meeting him, and then obviously since then, when he's come out in Parliament and made those great speeches and, you know, had a good scream at them for carrying on with the whole leadership spill, that really, you know, won me over. I think, you know, he's really sort of hitting his stride now, and you know, starting to deliver a message that really does resonate with a lot more people.
Is he warmer in real life when you talk to him? Because seeing him on TV, he comes across as very sort of, I don't know, aggro, and I've got my talking points and I'm going to get them all out as hard and quick as possible.
No, he's a force. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, but when you're talking to
very dynamic.
Like as we said, we wanted to focus on people. Like I know, for example, that some people that we see on TV and some politicians that I've met in real life, they're actually like really different than what you see on TV. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You get a different vibe from them.
No, I mean, honestly, Richard is Richard. I sort of feel he's very similar. Again, I've only met him twice, but he seems to me very much similar to how he appears on TV, but a great deal friendlier.
But friendlier.
Which is nice. Yeah, you know, I mean, another politician, of course, that I absolutely adore is our fantastic Senate candidate, Mehreen Faruqi.
Oh, I like her too.
Yeah, it's been wonderful to, you know, work with her, and she came out to our campaign launch last year, which was just a huge honour. And of course, her predecessor, Lee Rhiannon, really, you know, taught me a lot and helped me out during my own council campaign, which was really, really nice. And I've got a huge amount of respect for both of them. You know, I'm really proud of.
I'll give you a bit of a boost here with Lee Rhiannon. You probably went around back then. In 2013, we were involved with a Senate submission for the NBN, and we could not get anyone interested in it. We crowdsourced it on Twitter.
Also, shout out to Pascal and Paul, who were involved with us.
Hi, thank you. It was a really massive project. It was crowdsourced, you know, with what people's speeds they were getting, the problems they were having, etc. We could not get it in anyone's face. It was really, really difficult. Lee Rhiannon actually didn't care less whether we were green or not. And I'd have to say none of us were green, but thought that it was worthwhile, and she actually raised it in the NBN Senate hearings and stuff like that, which, you know, I appreciate to this day, that it obviously had nothing to do with politics. She actually saw the submission and went, yeah, you know, really good points raised here, I should ask them, which kind of, for someone like me who doesn't subscribe to any of the political parties, I really like, because that's what sort of politics is supposed to be, you know, and she's in the Senate, and the NBN is something that affects everyone. And, you know, she didn't ask us once at all. She just took it and ran with it, which, you know, I think is actually really good. It didn't matter where it came from type thing. Mehreen Faruqi seems to sort of remind me of that style as well. Because I see her talking to all sorts of people on Twitter, and I have to say she has a very good Twitter game. And it's not like she's sort of in that little bubble going, oh, well, I only talk to Green supporters. You know what I mean? Which I kind of think is what politicians are actually supposed to be doing.
No, absolutely.
Is she like that in real life, or has she just got a really good Twitter game?
No, 100%. She's every bit as good as she is on Twitter in real life. She's a fascinating person to chat with, and very witty. I'm in awe of strong women like her that, you know, we're blessed with in the party. And look, you know, I'm very excited to help hopefully get her back into the Senate the next election.
Have you ever met Larissa Waters from Queensland?
No, she's one I really desperately want to meet.
I haven't met her.
I haven't yet, no.
But she's actually come up to our area quite a few times and never gets any media for it or anything like that. A little bit like Claire Moore, who was a